Howdy-ho, folks, it's Plancocat here with my third Planet Coaster Park Spotlight. Welcome to the video, and thank you for coming along with me to the splendor of Samara Park, Part 3 East Asia, created by Genetic Soft. Today's park is a PlayStation 5 park, the third in this series of 7 superbly themed parks of the same park that I'll be spotlighting over the course of the next few weeks. And now, with Planet Coaster 2 set to be released on November 6th, it's time to kick this series into overdrive, so keep an eye out for more frequent spotlights of these amazing parks. Now, this park's description reads, after passing through the gates of a magical village and setting out to conquer the West, we set off to the other side of the globe to discover the magnificent landscapes of China and Japan. This area contains 2 flat rides, the Teacups and Lotus, 1 flying theater known as Bokoden, 1 river raft called Osaka River Rapids, 1 family coaster, Ryu, and 1 inverted coaster named Raijin. Bonsai, gongs, samurai, and dragons discover the Chinese Empire and feudal Japan. Fly over the bamboo aboard Raijin. Face the rapids against the demon Osaka, or venture into the lair of the dragon Ryu. Now, some elements come from the workshop, so I would like to thank all the content creators for their creations which helped complete my imagination and my creation. Thank you. And dear explorer, says this creator, our next destination will take us to Polynesia. And if you'd like to follow me to that destination as well, are enjoying this series and would like to see more of the same, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at Plancocat if you would like to have your park placed in the Plancocat spotlight. That said, let's grab our tickets, buckle in, and ride on. And here we are in Samara Park, East Asia. Starting at the beginning, off to the left here, this creator has decided to thank Jan BK 1608 for spotlighting his parks. And I'm not surprised that his parks have been spotlighted. They're so well done. And if you haven't followed or subscribed to Jan BK 1608, check out his channel. It's really great. The Friendly Frenchman, absolutely well done videos. I really enjoy those. He has a couple of good series, and I can't wait to see what he does when Planet Coaster 2 comes out on November 6th. But let's head into the park. And East Asia, it's when you think about the pieces in the Qin Dynasty set, it's very hard to create your own style and your own vision. There are so many pieces, so many unique pieces, and so many different ways to put them together. It can be difficult to find your own unique style, something that looks different than what's already out there. But I think this creator has done a really good job of finding their own vision, finding their own, putting their own style and their own stamp on these set pieces. And it's really, really exciting stuff. There's some great buildings in here that I can't wait to show you. I love just the nature right when you walk in. You're not slapped in the face with rides or ticket booths. It feels very natural. And here's a staple off to the right, a staple of this creator's parks. There's always a chance to meet Gulpy. And Gulpy, as we saw in the last park, is kind of trapped on this circular path beneath this gazebo. Right? You can't really go anywhere, but I think it's really clever the way that this creator does this and places Gulpy there, this poor entertainer who's trapped on this path, taking pictures with, it looks like he's got some handlers there to make sure that he's doing what he's supposed to do, or no one takes advantage of him. But let's leave Gulpy behind, and we're gonna head off to Ryu first. That's the plan. It's off to the right, and I believe the entrance is in the Japanese section of the park. So this park is divided into China and Japan. And we're going to head to Japan first, and you can see right up there, there goes Ryu. Nice family coaster, but it looks great on the sight line. That might be a contender for one of my favorite sight lines of this park. And I believe we need to go off to the right. We have some more signs here. Yep, there we go. China off to the left, Japan off to the right. And the contrast in styles is remarkable, and I really appreciated that when I visited this park for the first time. So you can see, here's a good example of this. Here's China, and you can see that building in the background right? That's the style he's going for in that section of the park. And then off to your right, underneath this tunnel here, or through this tunnel, you've got Japan, and you can see the style of buildings that he's using here. So we'll walk through this man-made tunnel. Love the use of the rocks, the beams, and the ropes. Walk past our employees. That's another thing that this creator does. The employees, how they're dressed in different colors, different than what you would get if you just place them down in the game. Really well done, and I'm looking forward to Planet Coaster 2 having just different types of employees. They all look different no matter how many you place down. They've got different clothes, different colors, different personalities. I'm really looking forward to that. But back to this park, though. Really just fantastic buildings. I do love the style and the use of the lanterns all throughout. And I would love to see this park at night. Don't think I have enough time to do a full night tour of this park, but I imagine it would look absolutely spectacular. So here's a ride here. We've got teacups underneath this fantastic pagoda, which I have one in my park that I created a couple of months ago, and they're not easy to do well, right? They're not easy to do well. And this creator has done a great job of covering up this teacup ride, which is tough. And it's a shame that the teacup rides in Planet Coaster 1, I know people have griped about it, how you can't really change the theme, teacups or teacups or teacups. But in Planet Coaster 2, as you know, we'll be able to customize those flat rides. So there's the entrance to Ryu. We're not going to go there just yet because there is a section of the park in the back here with some more incredible buildings and some more incredible scenery, and I don't want to leave that part out, all right? And as you know, I do like the quieter areas of these parks. So there are no rides back here. It's just a quiet place where you can escape, sit down, grab a gulpy, and really take in the scenery away from the hustle and bustle of the rest of the park. As you can see, the guests really kind of disappear, right? Kind of feels like you're on your own. You're exploring this part of the park. It kind of feels like it belongs to you. And the souvenir shop here in the back is probably the biggest draw for our guests. So as you've seen in this creator's parks before, we have just a memento, we have a Looney Balloons shop. This is usable by the guests, but then you have all of these knickknacks, the shelves, the shirts, other items that you can buy in this souvenir shop. It feels like a shop, looks like a shop, and it functions like a shop as well. So great job there. Great job. And I love this building. All right, it's small. Great buildings don't have to be big. Great buildings don't have to be big. And this one is just, it looks like maybe 8 by 8. You've got 2 shops there, and it's 2 stories, but the detail is really well done. It's fantastic. I love the use of these chairs, right? Not usable in-game, but they look so much better than a lot of the tables that we're forced to use, right? That the guests can use. But even just being able to kind of cram these in here to create this artificial deck, right? This unusable deck, but it really adds to the immersion in this park. And we have a Chief Beef off to the right, and bathrooms in the back. And I believe that's as far as we can go. We have a staff building here. That's well done. And this might be the exit, actually, to Ryu. Yes, I believe that's the exit to Ryu. So it really does go all the way back, right? We've traveled a bit from the entrance of Ryu, but the fact that they do have to exit here and then walk past the gift shop, good park design. That is good park design, right? They are forced to walk past the souvenir shop. So it's really not a dead part of the park. There is a reason for guests to go back here and to be back here, because if they ride Ryu, then they're going to be funneled out this way. So that's well done. That's very good design. So we'll head back toward Ryu now, past the teacups, and maybe we'll be able to catch a shot of Ryu coming in and out of this cave. Maybe. It really is pretty cool to see it kind of zoom by, right? Weave in and out of this rock work, which is in itself, a work of art, with the mist and the vines, the beam work. I think I hear it somewhere. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's just so inviting, right? So inviting. You can't really see a whole lot, but when you do see it, you want to ride it, right? You want to hop on. And so, hey, let's hop on. This is Ryu. Great sign. And yeah, I love the dragon. Love the color scheme too. Green, my favorite color, so definitely points for that. The sign says dragon. And so we'll head on in. About a 30-minute wait, not bad. Maybe we'll skip the line once we get in here. So this says enter, I believe that's supposed to be enter at night. So we'll enter at night so we can really get the full effect of Ryu. So here we are again at the entrance of Ryu as it zooms by. Looks like there's a photo opportunity there. But yeah, this looks great at night. Really just good use of colors, lanterns, just different accents around this area. But the queue line said enter at night, and so let's do that. I don't want to keep you all waiting to ride this ride. So we'll enter at night, and we should be able to skip through the line here. Really well lit. Just very subtle lighting, not too much and not too little. It's not too dim. Guests can find their way because, of course, that would be a safety concern. So it's nice to see that taken into consideration. And the different hues of blue, purple, fuchsia, mauve, all along that particular part of the color spectrum is well used. I kind of like these. I really like these beams of light, almost like it's moonlight coming through the cracks of the cave. You can really feel, it kind of feels cold, right? Like you really are just subterranean. And that brings us to the station. There goes the train. We'll wait for the next one. We'll hop in line right here, and we will ride Ryu. So that was Ryu. Really fun family coaster. Great addition to this park. Something for everyone you'll find in this park, including that family coaster, Ryu. The thing I loved the best about that particular ride was the pacing. I thought it was very well paced. It had some fast sections and some slow sections. And oh, here we've got a photo booth. We did see a bit of a flash at the entrance for the photo option here for this ride. So that's a really nice attention to detail. I like how it's hidden. And we've seen this part of the park before, so we're going to kind of zoom through here. But remember, the idea again was for them to walk past the gift shop, the souvenir shop, on their way out. Past the teacups, zooming by past the entrance to Ryu. But yeah, the photo opportunity was right about there for Ryu. And yeah, just a really nice section of the park. So the teacups and Ryu are the only two rides in this particular, there it goes again, the only two rides in this particular section of the park. And this is one of my favorite sight lines as well. It's kind of like a main street. You've got this building in the background, this Hayasushi, but before then you've got buildings to the left, buildings to the right, and these lanterns strewn about above, which is just really beautiful when you stop and look at it. So a nice, quiet, tame part of the park. A family coaster and a family flat ride. But let's head out and head into China. And right away you can see the scale automatically changes, right? Everything becomes a little bit more grand. Everything comes a little bit more in your face, right? I mean, China's, it's a big country, right? Japan is comparatively small. It's an island, but as soon as you enter this area of the park, things become a lot more grand, a lot more overstated. So we have a food stall here, and the buildings in this section of the park are really magnificent. And this creator used that word in their description. It is magnificent when you take a look at these structures. And this one looks like it, oh, it is usable as well. There's a just a memento, excuse me, janitor, just a memento with a few more of those custom tables that this creator uses. Now, I believe those are the spooky dining room chairs. It looks like there's a table that's been turned upside down to create the legs of the table. And I believe that's some sort of a wheel. I'll have to double check. I think that's a circle piece and or circle shape and something else to create these custom tables. But I've definitely taken a cue from this creator when it comes to creating these tables that the guests know they can't use, but they look a lot better, and you can place them anywhere. You're not bound to a certain path. Let's come out and look upon Bokuden, this flying theater. And I know I've been in here before, and there's a sign. We'll go and read. Flying theater. So we go into, here we go. Right, so this type of attraction does not exist in Planet Coaster, so I put a random flat ride. It's up to you to imagine the real attraction. From the outside, you can certainly imagine the real attraction, and it is not this, right? It is not this. But I love the idea. I love the concept of having a flying theater, you know, making a ride that's not in the game, but asking your guests and other people who are touring your park to use their imagination, right? And the work that's been done on this sign. And I had to click through a little bit earlier to figure out, you know, how this was created. A lot of different shapes, and I always like to pick things apart and kind of see how it all comes together. And this is really just absolutely fantastic, right? It jumps out. And even though there's just a dinky flat ride in here, you'd be hard-pressed to, anyone would be hard-pressed to actually know what's inside, just looking at the outside between the building and this sign. So kudos, right? Kudos to Genetic Soft for just, allowing us to use our imagination, which is what this game is all about, right? It's all about using your imagination. So I appreciate the fact that he's asked us to do that and has made it really easy to do so with these awesome designs. There's a sign for ride times, and you can find these throughout all of his parks. It's just something that he uses, and it really lends itself to the consistency between all of his parks, right? They might all be differently themed, but they do have their consistencies. Another really well done building. Absolutely wonderful. And if you haven't figured it out, we're heading toward the River Rapids, right, which are right here. All right, Osaka River Rapids, and this is awesome too. The guest viewpoint right here with these guns, these water guns, and the viewpoint asks the guests to come up and take a look, but when they do, it kind of looks like they are shooting the water at the guests on the River Rapids as they float by. Just really nice detail. You see that a lot on water rides and around water rides. We have a stall here. And even though these buildings are huge, the vegetation really makes you feel like you are very, very kind of engrossed in the jungle, in these natural surroundings. Another view of the river rapids. And this really is just beautiful, right? The use of the different colors, right? Almost like these cherry blossom trees throughout this park. This is a wonderful walk to as we head toward the back of the park, and I believe Osaka is off to the left. We'll take a quick look to the right here though to see what this is. Another eating area, some more custom tables. All right, these tables are from the Western pack. I do recognize these. All right, these are the spools, empty spools, no ropes on them, right? Empty spools used as tables. We have a cash machine, and Osaka is around this corner. There's Raijin in the background. Another nice sight line as well. Love the way it climbs that hill and swoops down so you can see what all awaits you in that section of the park. But here we go. Finally, we made it to Osaka Raft Rapids. Let's hop through this queue. This one does not take you inside, so we can walk through in the daytime. And I really like the theming of this queue line. You want to talk about being immersed inside a natural setting. This does it very well. The transition from a gravel path to this wooden, almost deck-like area really makes you feel like you're heading towards some river rapids. I love this boat. I mean, this is just really, really awesome. I mean, you look at pictures of, you know, traditional Chinese boats, and that's what it looks like, right? That's what it looks like. And you can see that from the queue line, right? The interaction with the ride from the queue line is really fantastic. And I believe we'll go over a bridge here as well. Just multiple interactions with the ride, left and right. You could see people getting soaked. You could see people enjoying the ride, and you know that that is what's in store for you. So let's cut the line, run through some guests here, passing up some peeps. And here we are at the station. So, oh, there we go. Let's hop right on. This is Osaka River Rapids.
Safo Tinina Mebose Sapo.
So that was Osaka River Rapids. Again, well done. It is the scenery, it is the immersion, all of these words I always use for this creator. That ride, it was a long one, which I quite enjoyed, and I really enjoyed how you start up high and then work your way down. It really adds some variation to the level of this park. But I'm here because of what this creator was able to do in the game. As you know, when it comes to the station for the River Rapids, it's not your traditional station, you know, the one that rotates, you know, you hop on, you hop off, and the rafts never stop, right? So that's what Genetic Soft has done here. And you've seen Chacho do this as well. I forget which park he did it in, but he did create something similar, right? This kind of platform. And Genetic Soft even has, you know, a way to, you know, a fake entrance and a fake exit that would bring you onto this rotating platform. So I really appreciate that. I mean, nobody would take the time to create that. I mean, you think about the piece count that this would require on the PS5. I mean, you know, my head is spinning. No pun intended. My head is spinning trying to figure out exactly how many pieces this actually took and how much percentage on the PS5 this actually took. So, you know, well done. Applause for taking the time to do that. It's nice to see someone do that on the PS5 because, you know, not a lot of console players would take the time or the percentage to go into so much detail. Oh, and this too, as we walk through the exit, some sort of shrine, some sort of altar that you really can't see unless you ride the ride. So, you know, the attention to detail is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. So let's exit Osaka River Rapids. We have a staff-only entrance, but we're going to hop over and see where this goes because we can, and no one's going to stop us. We have a maintenance area back here, which is also nice to see. Again, the guests, they can't see it, but it's nice to know that it is there. And I'm not even sure if this is a real path or not, or if this is something that he created on his own. Looks like it, right? Looks like it does not connect to this path. So this is custom, right? Custom stairs, custom path up to the maintenance area. Again, piece count, how you were able to keep this under 100%, I'm baffled. I don't know. I mean, it's a smaller park. All of his parks are smaller parks. And it's a testament to how much detail he does in all of these parks, right? It's a smaller park, but you can see where that saved percentage goes into. So let's take a look at the sign. Okay, we've got Raijin and Lotus, the last two rides that we've got to ride. And this is another contender for my sightline of the park, right? That's a great sightline. Okay, you're headed into this new section and you're thinking, what's this all about? You kind of see it peeking over the buildings here and there, peeking through the trees here and there, but it draws you in. So we'll scoot past the guests. Excuse me. And it opens up into this plaza. Again, just these grand, majestic buildings. I don't even know how to get over there, but you can see it from a distance. It's imposing, and it draws you in as the coaster flies by. I saw the shadow. Just great views. Let's check out Lotus quickly because, again, simple flat ride, but look at the centerpiece here. Look at the centerpiece there. And when Planet Coaster 2 comes out, I mean, that will be rotating, right? If he did something like that in Planet Coaster 2, that would be moving right along with the ride. Imagine how that would look, right? Imagine how that would look. Just great. Just great. So this whole plaza is dominated by Raijin, this inverted coaster. Love the color scheme. It's red and yellow, very classic ancient China. So we'll make our way right over. Here we go, Raijin. But before we hop on, let's go over and check out this building, Bamboo Garden. These two buildings here, and I believe this is, let's say, oh, it's a restaurant. Okay, it's a restaurant. Very grand restaurant. Your guests, they need a place to eat. And that's how they enter and exit. And a bathroom attached. So, again, usable by the guests. Really well done. I think I just saw Raijin go. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's nice. You come out of the restaurant. You got a nice full stomach. Maybe you don't want to hop on to an inverted coaster. But that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's head on over there. Scooch past some more guests. About 15-minute wait. Not bad. So we'll enter the queue line. And, oh, priority pass. So we'll take that. And really great interactions with the coaster. Really great interactions with the coaster. You can see just about everything. Right? You'll never get bored waiting in line. But let's keep going up the stairs. Very nice theming. I love the queue lines that just, they take you on a journey. And there's the coaster again as it flies by. But I love the queue lines. They take you on a journey. This one looks like it's just a simple out and back. Here we go. We catch up to the regular queue line. And we enter the station. Oh, and there's a train. So let's hop on the front. All right, this is Raijin. Enjoy. So that was Raijin, and absolutely my favorite ride of the park, hands down. I love a great inverted roller coaster. It's my favorite type of roller coaster, and you know, that one was that, you know, left me speechless. I don't know what to say. Right? There's so many fun elements on that ride. It's different, right? It's not like one that you would typically see between the drop, the very first element. Right, that's not in your typical, you know, 1, 2, 3 punch when it comes to an inverted roller coaster. Right, you head into this dive loop and into this wave turn over here, which was really fun. I really did enjoy that. It's something different on an inverted roller coaster. And then you go right into the inverted loop. So something you don't typically see, but I did appreciate this creator putting it in here, right? And it really just lends itself to this area very well. Right? If you're a guest, you know exactly what this ride is about, but it's also got some hidden parts, like off here to the left. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And then it kind of disappears, and you're wondering where it went, and you don't know where it goes until it zooms right past here. This was one of my favorite parts. You really pick up a lot of good speed. Here it comes. A lot of good speed. You're weaving in and out. You zoom right by, and then into that awesome element. Then you go up and into a bit of a break just to catch your breath, and then you're into the back half of the roller coaster. So yeah, I really did appreciate that. Hands down my favorite of the park, and probably one of my favorite areas of the park, this plaza here between Lotus and Raijin. That's really, really well done. Very superb. Oh, here it comes again. I can't watch this enough. I mean, look at the speed it has as it goes over this wave turn over the plaza and then just kind of disappears after that vertical loop. Man, wow, that's great. I could ride that again. We won't, because we don't have a whole lot of time here, but let me pan up so you can get a great overview of the park. And like I said, it's not a very large park, but it looks huge, right? You can see the pagoda that we saw when we first came in the teacup ride way off in the distance. You could see the river rapids right there with the cherry blossom trees. I really do just like I love how there's that splash of pink right here in the middle of the park. But that's going to do it for this episode. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about this park. I'm really eager to hear your thoughts. I loved his last park, America. That was one of my favorite parts. I said it was my favorite park. But this one is a top contender, and I want to know what you think. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. Look forward to my next video. Don't forget to follow me on Plancocat, and if you haven't yet, subscribe, because I got some more videos on the way. This has been Plancocat. I'm signing off. Thank you all very much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.